Hi, welcome to SBR TV. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our Week 14 college football experts roundtable that we've been doing every week here in college football on SBR TV. This is our last roundtable for the full slate of games for the year, and we are happy to welcome back once again regular contributors who've given us great advice and winners all year. Doug Upstone from ImpactWageringSolutions.com and Steve from CollegeFootballWinning.com. Thanks, guys, for being here one more time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's go. We got three games we're going to talk about, and then we're going to do our marquee matchups rundown. The first game that we want to talk about, I want to talk about, see what Steve has to say about the Southern Miss Houston game, because that's one of the games he says he has an opinion on. And of course, we all remember very recently we got a unanimous decision on Houston as a great play. So here we are again. I'm assuming he's going to love Houston. Is Houston a poor man's LSU, or they're just a good bet, even as a double-digit favorite, even against another team that's ranked? Is that how you see this?
I've been high on Houston all year, and anyone who has been has done real well. They are 10-2 against the spread. At home, they are 6-0 this year against the spread. Southern Miss is a good team themselves. They are 8-4 or 7-5 against the spread, depending on where you got that number last week. Their passing defense, and if you're playing a number one passing offense, you better have some semblance of a passing defense. It's ranked 55th in the nation. Not necessarily a good thing when you're facing Case Keenum. Their total defense at home is ranked 12th in the nation. But when they're away, they're ranked 55th in the nation. When these two teams are head-to-head, the home team has covered the spread the last 8 out of 10 times, including the last 5 times. Houston absolutely has the motivation here. Case Keenum is just starting to get some Heisman talk, and he needs to show up big here. Houston is starting to get some BCS talk. They need to show up big here, too. They are playing for a BCS bowl berth. I like Houston and laying no more than 2 touchdowns, so something less than 2 touchdowns, which is where they are right now.
All right. So just, when I was looking at this game, I was looking at Houston last week, and I didn't quite know what to make of it. I stayed off that game, but they wound up blowing out Tulsa, so that was just, very impressive. How does Southern Miss compare to Tulsa? Are they going to give a tougher challenge to Houston?
I think defensively they stand, at least by the numbers. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at just national numbers, they stand to give a better test. But offensively, they pale in comparison to Tulsa. And I think what happens is when you get Houston starts off pretty slowly, but they will grind you down, and they're just super efficient. In the second half, especially at home, they're just going to blow you out. And you don't know if that's going to be a blowout through the air or it's going to be a blowout on the ground, but they're going to wear you down one way or another. When it's at Houston, last game at Houston, Case Keenum's going to come up big. The rest of that Houston offense is going to come up big. They are healthy. I'm seeing Houston winning big here.
All right. So you like it a lot, but not quite as much as the SMU game, or?
I don't love it like I loved the SMU game. I still really like it, though, and I'm willing to put my own money and am putting my own money on this game, so I like it that much.
You bet your own money on these games?
I do.
Wow. Doug Upstone from ImpactWageringSolutions.com. What's your opinion on this line? You think Houston's a good play again?
I think they are a good play again. I agree, though. It's not as convincing as they were against SMU. Because the one thing about Southern Mississippi is, Larry Fedora, their coach, he ended up being the right hire for the job. Their offense is one of the most balanced in the country. Now, against ranked teams, they're only 2-10 and 6-6 against the number. Now, many questioned Houston down the stretch as to what they would do, because that's when most of their toughest games are going to be. But what they did is they rose to the occasions, and this team seems to be really peaking at the right time. The thing that's impressed me, though, and what's made this team different, is that their rushing game averages 163.6 yards on the ground, and their defense coming into the season was thought to be, if they can hold the opposition under 30, Houston would have a chance to win. But in their last 4 games, they've only given up 13.2 points per game. That's just awesome. Now, in Conference USA Championships, this will be number 7. And in each case, the team that won the game straight up covered the spread. Look for it to be Houston this time.
All right. Okay, I'll bet it. I won't pound it, but I'll bet it.